Picture this: America's most advanced fighter jets grounded, electric vehicle production frozen. The smartphones and computers that power our modern world are suddenly impossible to manufacture. This isn't a cyber attack or a trade embargo. It's the reality of China's quiet dominance over some of the most critical materials in modern technology: rare earth elements. With control over 70% of global production and almost 90% of processing capacity, Beijing holds unprecedented power over the building blocks of our technological future. However, deep beneath Greenland's melting ice sheets lies a potential solution, one that could reshape the global balance of power and secure Western technological independence for decades to come. This is a story of how the world's largest island with just 57,000 people found itself at the center of a new kind of gold rush. It's a tale where climate change, geopolitics, and cutting-edge technology converge to write the next chapter of global security. Silicon Valley is sitting on a security fault line that could fracture at a scroll of a pen. Rare earth elements were once scientific curiosities relegated to the footnotes in chemistry textbooks. These 17 elements, with names like neodymium, dysprosium, and terbium, held unique properties that seemed more academic than practical. But as the digital revolution unfolded, these obscure elements became indispensable to modern technology. Each element plays a crucial role in our technological infrastructure. Neodymium and praseodymium create magnets so powerful that a piece the size of a coin can lift 1,000 times its weight, essential for everything from electric vehicle motors to wind turbines. Dysprosium and terbium enable these magnets to function at extreme temperatures, critical for military hardware, satellites, telecommunications, and industrial applications. The numbers tell a compelling story. A single F-35 fighter jet requires approximately 400 kilograms of rare earth elements for its radar systems, precision guidance, and critical electronics. Modern electric vehicles use specialized magnets containing up to 3 kilograms of rare earths, significantly more than conventional vehicles. As we accelerate towards electrifying everything, global demand for these materials are projected to increase by over 400% in the next decade. And while Western nations focus on developing new applications for these elements, China executed what analysts have called the Manhattan Project of rare earths. Through decades of strategic investment, Beijing built not just mines, but an entire ecosystem of processing facilities, research centers, and technological expertise. And by the time Western leaders grasped the strategic implications, China had achieved near total control over the supply chain. Enter Greenland. As climate change peels back its ancient ice shield, we're discovering rare earth deposits that could fundamentally alter this imbalance. The Greenland and Greenland projects in the south contain some of the richest rare earth concentrations outside China, with geological surveys indicating grades between 1.5% and 2.5%, enough to meet up to 25 to 30% of global demand. Massive by global standards. But Greenland's potential goes beyond mere quantity. The island's deposits were formed by ancient volcanic activity, creating concentrated vaults of rare earth elements that are more accessible than China's scattered deposits. The geological quirk could make extraction more economically viable and environmentally sustainable. But breaking China's rare earth dominance requires more than just finding new deposits. It demands a technological revolution in how these elements are processed and refined. This is where innovation is changing the game, and innovation is something the US is very good at. The DARPA EMBER program, defense research project backed by the US military, represents a breakthrough approach. Instead of conventional chemical separation, EMBER uses an engineered bacteria to isolate rare earth elements through a process called biosorption. Meanwhile, private industry is racing to develop its own solutions. Companies like Lynas Rare Earth and MP Materials are building state-of-the-art processing facilities in Texas and California respectively. These plants incorporate advanced automation, precision separation techniques, and closed-loop systems that minimize environmental impact whilst maximizing efficiency. However, China's control over rare earth elements isn't just about market dominance. It's about leverage. Imagine having a master key that could lock down everything from Silicon Valley's production lines to the Pentagon's weapons programs. That's the power Beijing holds through its rare earth monopoly. This leverage has already been tested. Back in 2010, during a territorial dispute with Japan, China blocked rare earth exports to its neighbor. Japanese industry, heavily dependent on these materials, was paralyzed. The message was clear. Cross Beijing's interests and your technological economy could grind to a halt, sending shockwaves through global markets. But that was just a warning shot. Beijing has carefully cultivated this position through decades-long strategy combining aggressive pricing, massive state subsidies, and strategic acquisitions of foreign rare earth assets. Even attempts by the countries to open up mines have often ended up with Chinese companies gaining control of processing, the true bottleneck in the supply chain. Breaking free from China's rare earth dominance isn't just about finding new mines. It's about building an entire new ecosystem. But here's the reality check. This transformation won't happen overnight. Industry experts estimate it will take 5 to 7 years to establish a robust Western supply chain, even with unlimited funding and political will. China spent 3 decades building its rare earth empire. The good news? For the first time, we're seeing all the pieces come together. Political will backed by serious funding. Technological breakthroughs in processing and recycling.
Well, we need Greenland for national security purposes. I've been told that for a long time, long before I even ran. I mean, people have been talking about it for a long time.
This isn't just about matching China's capabilities. It's about leapfrogging them. While Beijing remains wedded to environmentally destructive processing methods and brute force industrial scale, the West is betting on biotechnology, precision engineering, and sustainable practices. The story of Greenland is way more than a tale of the Northwest Passage, a sea corridor through the Arctic Ocean connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. It's about securing technological independence and security in an ever-increasing complex world. As climate change reveals new possibilities beneath Greenland's ice, we face a critical choice: continue our dependence on a single supplier, or invest in a diverse, sustainable rare earth ecosystem. The challenge ahead is immense, but so are the stakes. Greenland's resources, combined with innovative processing technology and international cooperation, offers a path to technological sovereignty. In Greenland's frozen frontier, we might just find the key to ensuring no nation holds a monopoly on tomorrow's technology. Like, subscribe, and join us next week as we continue exploring technologies that are reshaping our world. Remember, brain is the new sexy.